that you have before you says you should inform your principal of the recent acts of bullying by some students, and you should also suggest ways of arresting the situation. So after talking about that, writing your points down, you are now going to suggest ways. Suggesting ways of arresting the situation. The school authority should encourage students to always report acts of bullying to them. And when this is done, those students' identity should be kept secret so that they will not be dealt with again after they have reported. Even students who are onlookers are not part are supposed to do what? Also report. And the affected students should also be encouraged that when such things are going on, they should. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Let's treat a formal letter using the June 2009 past question as our guide. The question reads, as a concerned student, write a letter to the principal of your school informing him of recent acts of bullying by some students and suggesting ways of arresting the situation. In answering this type of question, you have to assume that you are a student in that school. Not just a student, but a concerned one who does not like the act of bullying in the school. You have identified the question. What you are now going to do is to write down the outline. Outline your points at the back of your answer booklet, knowing fully well that you will not be allowed to bring in any paper during the examination. So your booklet is the only option. Go to the back of your booklet and write down your outline. Under your outline, you have there, you are a concerned student. You must give the incidents of the acts of bullying. We have different kinds of bullying. You have the physical bullying. Of course, when you say physical bullying, you have things like kicking, bullying like kicking, ganging up in corners to deal with junior students, or even your classmates, or even classmates who are not very smart, or not being smart, or who are timid, obtaining by force from students too during break or even after school hours. After that, you also put out the outline of suggesting ways of arresting the situation, because the question that you have before you says you should inform your principal of the recent acts of bullying by some students, and you should also suggest ways of arresting the situation. So after talking about that, writing your points down, you are now going to suggest ways. Suggesting ways of arresting the situation. The school authority should encourage students to always report acts of bullying to them. And when this is done, those students' identity should be kept secret so that they will not be dealt with again after they have reported. Even students who are onlookers are not part are supposed to do what? Also report. And the affected students should also be encouraged that when such things are going on, they should learn to scream or run to housemasters or prefects who can rescue them from these students who bully. Instead of just looking, students should learn to always report such incidents to the authority. Remember, you are already aware of the format and features of a formal letter, and so you must have a step-by-step procedure of how to put your outline down in paper. That is your answer booklet. Remember, you have your address, two addresses, which you're already aware of: the salutation, the title. And for the title of a formal letter, you are not told what the title will be. The question that you have before you determines what the title is going to be in your formal letter. That done, you now go to the body of your letter. Those information you wrote in your outline, you're now going to develop them in the paragraphs in the body of your formal letter. One thing you must take note of is that this is a formal letter. In formal letter writing, you're also supposed to write 450 words. And so because you know it's not going to be that easy like that of the informal letter, when you pick a point, when you state a point, develop that point to the fullest, so that at the end of the day, you're able to meet the agreed 450 words by the examining body. Now for paragraph 1, this is a formal letter, and so you don't have any pleasantries. No pleasantries. Go straight to the point. No opening greetings. In your paragraph 1, let the principal of the school be aware of the bullying going on, and also find a way to arrest the situation urgently. Remember, you have already mentioned in your outline. So in paragraph 2, you are going to mention the type of bullying. We have physical bullying, like kicking, ganging up to beat juniors, or just making them look miserable in school. In paragraph 3, you cannot lump up information. In paragraph 3, pick up another kind of bullying, which is obtaining money by force from junior students, or even your classmates who are not very smart, who are timid, depriving them of the monies they are supposed to spend during break time. And so when you are explaining, let the principal know that some of these students have only that money to spend. They have not eaten breakfast from home, and so that's the money they are supposed to use to eat during break. And after that, they have to stay in school until they get back home. People come from different kinds of homes, and so such should be discouraged, because it's not going to be very comfortable for students who are not even on the rich side. That done, in paragraph 4, you now suggest ways of arresting the situation. And what are those ways? The authorities should encourage students, junior students or even the seniors, to be bold. They should have that act of boldness in them, so that they can always report such problems, such bullying, to the school authority. They should be encouraged that they should not just be onlookers. Even if they are not the ones that are being bullied, they should help out by just going quietly to go and report to the authority. Or even the students who are being bullied should do what? They should be able, once such a thing happens, they should scream. At least when they scream, they are going to raise awareness. Attention will be drawn. The teachers in the staff room or in the hostel, in the staff quarters, if they have any in the school, will hear, and then such a thing will be handled immediately before it gets out of hands. That done, in your last paragraph where you are going to conclude, you thank the principal in anticipation for his usual cooperation, and you always tell him they are looking forward to seeing the end of bullying in your school. And then you have your subscript. You write there your letter yours faithfully, you sign your signature, and then you write your name in full. And because there's an official position, in this question you're acting as the concerned student. So after writing your name in full, below your name you can put in bracket there, concerned student, to let the principal be aware that you're actually concerned about the situation of bullying happening in your school. Remember that time is of essence here. Always remember that time is of essence. So when you finish writing, you cannot just submit. You must go through what you have written. Nobody is above mistakes. Go over what you have written. After reading through what you have written, you check for errors, because these errors are the errors that will make you lose marks. And because you don't want to lose marks, you want to grab all the marks from the examiner, you check for errors and make your corrections before you eventually do what? Submit your letter. Like I said before, this is a formal letter, and you are going for 450 words. So you must make sure that whichever point you have chosen, you must discuss that point in detail, so that you find your letter becomes lengthy. Not lengthy and getting out of points, but lengthy and writing what you should write, explaining your points we have outlined in detail. That done, we are sure that your pass mark awaits you. It is not a boast, it is only by practice. This comes by practice. When you practice, these things will be a walkover. Situations that will be a walkover for you. Assume that you are a student in that school, and so it will be easy for you because you have gone to school, you have been in school, you know what happened, so you're able to put yourself in that position, and your letter will come out beautiful. For better results, if you have not watched my previous video, watch my previous video on how to write the formal letter. You see the format, the features of the formal letter. That will help in when you are writing. It will also assist you to know what you should write and what you should not write. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Like and share with family and friends. Give us a thumbs up, so that when we upload new videos, you are able to get more videos. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Please don't forget to let us to share your comment in our comment section, so that we'll know where we can improve to satisfy you better. Thank you and God bless.